what is happening right now is she has become a lot smarter in thinking. So let's say I am at level 100 and she's at 0. Right now, she has moved up to 50, and I have moved down in my patience and my tolerance. So when she is acting fast, perfect. When she is not, I'm good. I just chill. So it doesn't mean as much to me now like it did 3 years ago.
I have always been smart in thinking, okay? I have been smart in thinking. The fact that I'm not decisive doesn't mean I'm not smart in thinking.
Well, okay, well, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying.
Okay, I just
Right.
want to clear the air.
I have fallen a prey to that many times because my mind is, I need to teach this woman. She needs to be taught
My
how to function
My
in
God.
my world.
My God. Hello there and welcome to my channel. Here we are again with Mr. Tembi.
How's it going?
Before I continue, I just want to say thank you to you all who has been so supportive. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, commenting. Like, I am so grateful for you all. I'm so happy to have you though.
I'm happy to be here.
When I have you here, I feel like I'm in my, I'm in my element.
Element, okay.
Yeah. That's the word. So earlier today, my husband and I were just having a conversation about the growing number of separations, between couples. There's always this ideology that we are not compatible, or I just cannot meet up to those expectations, or we're just maybe not meant for each other because we're too different, So today we just decided to share our challenges in our very first few years of marriage, especially the first year of marriage. Because I don't want to take much time, I'm just going to give one example, the one that is not too revealing, okay?
Yeah.
Looking back at those days, I'm just like, thank God we didn't give up on each other. Thank God we didn't say, I can't meet up to those expectations, we are not compatible and all that. We are so different in our upbringing and everything. For example, from where I'm from, I don't do snacks. When you eat and few minutes or an hour later, you feel hungry, go back and get more food. And if you feel hungry again, 30 minutes later, go back and get more food. Snacking wasn't my thing, So I cannot really explain, when it comes to him, but I know he really did like snacks. That was his thing. He was familiar with it, but it wasn't mine. So when he goes to the pantry, to get snacks, and there are no snacks, and I'm just from doing shopping, I'm literally from doing grocery shopping, but there's just no snacks for him to, snack on. His frustration, I could see his frustration, woman, you are just from the shop, and on my path, when I see him getting frustrated, I start feeling like, oh my God. And here you are feeling again as a wife, you are not meeting up, you are not meeting up to the expectations. You are supposed to be on top of your game. You should know what your husband wants and, get it. So I was so frustrated, but looking back, I'm like, why was I putting so much pressure on myself? When two people from different backgrounds come together, and become a couple, there is bound to be this, these disagreements. There is bound to be
Clash.
this clash. Yes, there's bound to be these things. So, that is normal. Can we just establish the point that it is normal and stop putting so much pressure on yourself? Looking back, I'm just like, Anne, what were you doing?
And I think we also need to understand that a lot of young couples have actually heard that before. And they tell you, the counselors tell you, understand that the woman is a woman and the man is a man, and it's two different beings. When they come together, you have different mindsets and expect some, but just know that it's okay and have grace, which is a perfect. You need to be gracious towards each other and be patient. It's very important. but it's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
It is easier said. I mean, I am a witness to that. I went through the counseling sessions and we were told just that. And when we got married, we were on the field playing a different ball game. All of that advice down the drain, right? But what we did and what we encourage everyone who is getting into this to do is let experience teach you. Allow time teach you. Don't prematurely say, okay, we can't do this, we're not compatible, I'm sorry, we're not on the same level of thinking, or whatever it is that you say. Give it time, right? And you will be surprised at how even things will be just moving forward. I can say for a fact that my wife does not buy snacks every time she does shopping right now. She does not, right? But I don't get frustrated when she doesn't, right? Because I have met her halfway. And it happens by intention, and it also happens automatically. See, you ease into it over time.
Right.
That's the beauty of this whole relationship thing, is you get to know each other more, and some things don't matter as much as they did when you just started off.
Exactly.
Let me tell you about me. I am intuitive and I'm impulsive. I act. I'm a quick decision maker.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I need to tell you guys this. Before, when we were planning our wedding, the bridesmaid,
I remember that.
We couldn't decide on an outfit.
I was
and
pissed.
time wasn't on our side anymore. And he called me one day like, have you guys had your outfit yet? I said, no. I said, but do you have an option? I was like, yeah, but he said, you know what? Okay, we're ordering it today. Because there was, we kept, you know.
Oh yeah.
And we ordered those outfits that day.
Yeah.
All the prolonging and all that ended that day. So he is a quick decision maker.
Yeah, I don't drag things. I don't drag things.
Oh my
She
goodness.
does. And so she is not. She gets very indecisive many times.
Because when you have options, you have to.
Yeah, and you know, that's true. I get that. But you see the thing. So I am very decisive, and she is very undecisive, and so there's a clash. Does that mean we're not compatible? Absolutely not. But the point is for men. Well, I don't want to use a gender thing, but for people who are a certain way and you're clashing because your spouse is not that way, that doesn't mean you're not compatible.
Exactly.
And if you're at the short straw of that whole thing, you feel like you're without, you're lacking, that don't mean you're not compatible.
Exactly.
There's a balance that needs to happen, and that'll only happen with time. No amount of teaching can automatically just get it done. We need to give each other the time to make mistakes and understand the mistakes and grow from those mistakes to a point where we're just beautifully vibing with each other.
Exactly.
Right? That's number one. Now, number 2 point.
Get on it.
This is the most popular scripture that every Christian young man knows with regards to marriage. It's in the book of Ephesians chapter 5, verse 25. It says, 25 going down. It says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loves the church and gave himself to the church. And then I think down to verse 27, it says he did this to clean her, and then present her to himself.
Okay.
So, what we men have been taught is the man ought to teach his wife, make her the way you want her to be, and then present her to yourself. That is a very good thing, but it's one of the most dangerous things. Why? Because we are not taught how to teach the wives. All we know is you got to shape her in the way you want her to be, the way you want. They don't tell us how to do that. So we can use words that hurt the woman. We can use words that make her feel like she's not up to any standard that we think. I have fallen a prey to that many times because my mind is, I need to teach this woman. She needs to be taught how to function in my world.
My God.
And when I try to teach her, it always backfires every single time. And I'm like, but how the heck do I teach you though? Like, and we go back and forth. I mean, it escalates into something that I don't want to talk about.
And they tell women to have a teachable spirit.
Right. But the point is, when you start for men, when you have that mentality that you gotta teach her, you need to ask God and get godly counsel on how to teach or shape or clean or whatever it is that you think you need to do, how to do that in a efficient way that will not make your wife insecure, that will not make your wife feel less than, but will uplift her, boost her confidence and morale. That is what we need to do. So when you start thinking, oh my God, I'm trying to teach her and she's not getting taught and she's not getting the lesson, so that means we're not compatible, and that means we got to separate. That is a lie, right? So just know that. Just know that.
Wow, that is powerful. That is powerful. Like, men need to hear this. Don't be trying to teach us when you don't even know how to teach us. End up leaving us in a very low state. Like, we feel so unqualified, unable,
right.
Less than. So yeah, that is dear. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's why we need you in this channel. We need this. Like, you always balance things out. Like, when I read the comment section, especially our previous video, and people are like, I like the way your husband balance things. And even on social media, because you might go on YouTube and you don't see it. But it's on Instagram and all that.
Well, thank you.
So, yeah, you always bring the balance, and I appreciate you.
Thank you.
For your wisdom. I hope you learned something. I hope this video, reminded you of maybe what you already know. So, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
We love you and see you in the next video.
Peace.
God bless you.
Peace.